Let's get that working with the logs. So I'm actually going to go into the revolving logs parent here. I'm going to delete all these. I'm going to unparent him actually as well. And I'm fine with all this. I'm going to drag this in to my prefabs. Call this original prefab. Okay, I'm going to double click. And in here, because I don't want to change 10 logs at once. That's incredibly annoying. So I think I'm just going to add a box collider. See how that works for us. Great. So in that case, let's remove the mesh collider. Okay, so this will work out a lot better. Let's add the platform trigger. Let's drag this back down in. Let's just duplicate this. Change the Y a little bit. Alright, that's enough for a test. So I want to get this all the way out. Keep going, keep going, keep going. No, yes. Okay, stuck on treadmill. So you can play with your player controls if it's unsatisfying. Oh no. Go back. Okay. Do something here. So those little ridges are going to prove fun and annoying. Oh god, get back on. Oh no. So that might be pretty hard. But let's try this. Let's just drop one on top at the start of the game and see if it right away is caught and starts moving. Good. Guess that works. Let's try and jump onto one. Whoa. It's very scary, that less speed. Okay. Let's catch this guy. Seems like we need to jump like really far ahead. Ooh, it didn't take us. Okay, so as for the logs, I was having some trouble figuring out why that wouldn't keep our player on, but it kept the crates. So that was really weird. But anyway, after some digging online, I found the solution. So what you want to do is go Edit, Project Settings, and that'll give you this window right here. Right, what you want to do is dock this right here. Trust me, all of this is going to be very useful once we go to do our post-processing very soon. So what you want to do is come down to Physics. There's an option here, Automate, or Auto Sync Transforms. That was unticked. I ticked that, and suddenly everything was very smooth with this, still with this simple code. I tried changing this a bunch. Nothing worked. Fixed update was a little bit worse than regular update. So anyway, yeah, I just checked this little box, and everything suddenly worked perfectly, so I just didn't know that was there. I don't use physics too often, to be completely honest. But I want to make sure everybody knows all their options, or not all their options, sorry, that would take probably 10 years. But anyway, I just want to, give you as many options as possible, at least for beginners starting out. So yeah, so that fixed everything for me, so I should be able to run, unless I suck, I should be able to run and jump onto this. There we go, and it carries me. So that's fixed. So that's wonderful. From here we can move on. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to allow ourselves to get hurt by this big rock. Let's go add component. Sphere collider will probably be best. I think that's fine. I would probably change the radius just to be a tiny bit smaller. We'll say is trigger. And we'll give this a new tag. Or actually, we could just make this tag TNT. So if we do that, we should be able to get hurt. Oops. Testing that out. We should be able to get hurt by this rock now. Let's kamikaze it. Did it hurt us twice? Yeah, so we also want to create a little cooldown for our hurt, because I think because of all the little colliders on our character, it's going to register us being hurt a few times. Like that probably would have registered once if we had a little cooldown. So let's add a cooldown, and I want to see if that boulder's going to crush any of these as well. So let's put this guy right back in the middle. Leave his height. So I'll push these out and make sure it crushes it before I add that cooldown. Might be something we want to do to this. go. Ah, shit. We'll wait for it to come back around. We'll get them all out there. Why not? We want to see if it's going to hit them on this too. Let's just place that slightly there. Hopefully the collider's small enough. Let's just see what happens here. Nope, didn't hurt that one. Perfect. That's good. I want it to... Awesome. So, that one decided to explode and drop 2 coins. Alright, so just after some checking, I figured it out. So it's just basically registering twice. It's registering to destroy the crate twice when something hits it. So that's because we've got 2 box colliders, one for a trigger for our platforms and one for this here. So there's actually a way we can fix that. So in the crate break, you want to add, you don't need that. Just I was making sure that worked. So if you actually don't want something public to be called in other scripts, you can do this. And you'll still be able to see it and assign it in your inspector. Just put that above a variable, but you won't be able to access it from other scripts the way you can with this public here. So for almost everything, actually, that we've done, quite a bit, we could have used this instead. So you do want to bear that in mind. Anyway, so what you want to do is add these, this box collider array, box colliders, okay? And just all you need is using Unity Engine to be able to access this stuff. We want to create a new function here called deactivate box colliders. So for each box collider and box colliders, box collider enabled equals false. So you want to put this start function here, assigning all the box colliders to the array. So box colliders equals get components with an S, and it'll take all the box colliders and add them to this array. Okay, so then right at the beginning, underneath this here, we want to say deactivate box colliders. So we could actually remove this now, whatever I had done there. Just come down to the end, destroy. Okay, so that should work out just fine now. Let me double check. Be sure they either do one or the other, blow up or they both decided to explode. Let's move this a little bit further away so that they don't react to the explosion. Pretty sure it's good now. Might not have wanted to remove those returns. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Bug fixed. So maybe it'd be a little bit more fun if we actually add the props to the platform tag, so we can try that. Let's go to this guy and just make sure, oh, it's untagged. So tags are okay. Tags aren't going to affect the collision layers. So why don't we add prop to these? Have these kind of float away. They land on the platforms. Let's see how that goes. You should see the coins moving away as well. Oh, coins don't want to rotate. Oh, we don't have a trigger. Sorry, we don't have a trigger on them. So we would have to create another trigger. That's fine. Let's go to this. Let's copy this component. Add another box collider. Paste the component values. And move it a little bit lower. Negative 0.48. 7. Sure. Let's do that. Let's give our rigid body has continuous. That's great. Okay. Alright. And we want to say is trigger on the new box collider. Okay, so just do that. So just bring it down a touch. Copy. Just make sure you got is trigger. Check on all those new box colliders. Good. Let's see how that works out now. Hopefully that works. Right, the boulder. Okay. Yeah, we see some stuff. Whoa, that was a big one. Yeah, we see some stuff going around on the spinners. Okay, so these all just landed here, that's all. So let's create our little cooldown for our player here. Player controller, I believe. Oh, it hurt. So let's just say public cool. Let's change that to public. And we can say player damage. So here we say if we are hurt, we have a hurt timer of that. Okay, that's perfect. So we'll just say on the player damage, say if player controller. Because we just made that public, we can say hurt right here. So if we are not hurt, we want to put an exclamation point right here, right? Beginning of the whole line. Okay, so if we're not hurt, take a damage. Let's do that. So we'll create probably one more damaging thing, the water, and that'll just straight up kill us. And say we'll do the same kind of trigger on the outside here, in case we fall off. Ah. I was hoping to blow up, but I guess we will just have to settle for... And so the broken pieces don't go either. If you wanted to do that, you can. You'd have to create a box collider trigger on each one, the way we did it. We got hurt only once. Cool. So we could create a sound effect as we get struck by the rock. Let's just be a little bit more proper, I think. I think this is a better idea. So let's actually go to the rock. Let's go tag, add tag. Let's call this one boulder. Okay, let's tag this boulder. So now I just want to go into each of the crate prefabs. Sorry, no. I just want to go to the crate break script, player attack or TNT or boulder. Okay. That works. So then we just need to go to our player damage and say the same thing. Or game object.compare tag equals boulder. Okay, so it just hurts the player or blows one of those things up. That's just a little bit more punctual. We can do different things with it. Same thing with the items if you wanted to. Probably be a little bit better. Change these tags to be item. And then just add onto this platform trigger, add the ability here and here for the item tag to cooperate with it as well. So for me, this is all going to be just fine. I think this is working out very good.